3-14, linear transformations, day 1. So problem 1 says, given f of x equals 4x minus 2, what would the new equation of the line be if the line were translated up 4 units? So on most of these problems, they're just going to be asking us to translate something up or down. Anytime they ask you to do that, your slope is not going to change, so it's still going to be that 4x. So I know it's not going to be this one, it's not going to be this one. The only thing that's going to change is your y-intercept. So let's go ahead and graph this thing. I've got 4x minus 2. I'm going to hit the graph button. Now we start off at the -2. That's our y-intercept. So I'm basically just going to sketch that so that you can kind of see what's going on. Here's my -2. Now they said that we want to translate that line up 4 units. So if I'm at -2 now, I'd be up 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm at +2. Now another way that you can do that is just to think, okay, here's my y-intercept right now, -2. If we're going to be moving up, that's a positive number, so I would put +4, and that's another way to get +2 for my new y-intercept. Okay. So for number 5, let's move over. This one does not have a correct answer choice, so we're just going to have to write this one on our own. It says, given this equation, what would the new equation of the line be if the y-intercept was decreased by 5 and the slope was multiplied by 3? So remember, the slope is the number that's attached to the x, and the y-intercept is the number that's all by itself. Well, they told us to take that y-intercept and decrease it by 5. So right now it's +1. If I subtract 5 from that, that makes it -4. Now as far as the slope goes, right now it's 8/3. They told me to take the slope and multiply that by 3. And if you multiply 8/3 times 3, that's just going to give you 8. So the answer for our problem, remember this is the slope and this is the y-intercept, would just be g of x, because that's what they told us to call the new line, is equal to 8x minus 4. Number 6. A cashier gets a $50 bonus for working on a holiday plus $9 per hour. The total holiday salary is given by this function, f of x equals 9x plus 50. Write a new equation of g of x of the line if the bonus was raised to $75 and the hourly rate was changed to $12 per hour. Well, if you look right here, first of all, when they talk about rate, they are talking about slope words. And you can even see in the problem that they talked about 9 per hour versus 12 per hour. So if that's how the original equation was with 9x, when we write the new equation, that 9 is going to be changed to 12 because they're now making $12 per hour. And they said that the $50 bonus is going to be changed to $75, so this would be plus 75. Okay. Now on the back, Jackie is on the track team. At practice, she jogged steadily for 400 meters. If Jackie sprinted for the entire 400 meters of jogging, how would the graph change? Well, this is talking about her distance over time. So as she's jogging, she's covering a certain amount of distance as she goes. But if she's running, her distance would be increasing much faster. So when you're looking at this line, the slope is going to be much steeper. Last one, number 9. The amount of Rico's savings account Y at the end of the first X months, so I need to know what that variable represents. X months of the year is modeled by this equation. What does it mean if the y-intercept is divided by 2 but the slope does not change? So this one is talking about the y-intercept, so let's go ahead and cut that in half. That would make it y is equal to 100x plus 125. Well, in order to figure out what this is really talking about, what it represents, think about what x means in the problem. They said x months. And since these are being multiplied together, I'm going to use one of those slope words. It's 100 per each, every, whichever one you want to use, 100 per month. And then it's plus the 125. So when I'm looking at my answer choices, did he save $200 per month? Well, no, the per month part is not what changed. So it's not going to be H, it's not going to be J. Now, he's not starting off with more money because they told us to cut it in half or to divide it by 2, so that's why it would be G. At the very beginning of the year, he's going to start off with 125 instead of starting off with 250.